From our Daily Brand Harare studios, welcome to Daily Brand Intelligence, Zimbabwe's window into African and global markets. I am Ujashe Jamal Parker.
And I am Faith Zani. Our top stories today: a 73 million tax battle between ZIMRA and Delta, Zimbabwe's digital tax revolution doubling registrations and SMEs driving more than 60% of GDP.
Plus, PPC unlocks 30 million from a landmark land disposal. Nampak diverts its Zimbabwean unit in a 25 million deal with TSL. Toyota merges with CFAO to form a multi-brand auto powerhouse, and we wrap up with regional and global market movements.
Let's begin with the corporate tax fight shaking investor confidence. And our first story: Delta Corporation, Zimbabwe's largest brewer, is fighting a 73 million tax claim from ZIMRA.
At issue, whether legacy VAT and income tax from 2019 to 2022 should have been paid exclusively in US dollar or legally in local currency at the time.
The High Court and Supreme Court dismissed Delta's appeal, while the Constitutional Court declined to hear the case. Under Zimbabwe's Pay Now, Argue Later rule, Delta has already paid 11.6 million. Meanwhile, performance remains strong. In Q1 FY26, lager volumes surged 19%, Sogambia 11%, After's 40%, Schweppes was up 1% after Delta increased its stakes up to 69%. Group revenue jumped 25% with 85% sales in US dollars. But sparkling beverages lagged, hit by a new sugar tax that cost the group 4.5 million this quarter.
So it's a double-edged sword, robust road on the ground, but regulatory cloud overhead.
For investors, it highlights Zimbabwe's balancing act: strong consumer demand on one side, policy uncertainty on the other.
Now for the second story. From a tax fight to a tax fix, Zimbabwe's digital tax and revenue management system turns as changing compliance.
Taxpayer registrations have more than doubled in a year, from 30,000 in 2023 to 66,000 in 2024.
The once paper-heavy system is now digital, faster, and verifiable. Commissioner Misha Glover says the fraud that was rampant has been sharply curtailed. Economists say widening the tax net improves fiscal stability and strengthens government capacity. But challenges remain. Filling rates are still behind regional peers, and building a compliance culture will take time.
Still, Tams lays the groundwork for a broader, fairer tax phase. And our third story: the sector most affected by these changes, SMEs.
They contribute more than 46 billion to GDP and employ millions of Zimbabweans.
Government is promising collateral-free loans, fintechs are formalizing payments, and compliance is getting simpler, with SMEs now making more than 60% of GDP. Formalization could shift the economy's trajectory. Credit remains the lifeblood. With better financing, SMEs could turbocharge job creation.
Now for the fourth story, PPC Zimbabwe Arlington deal. To cement, literally, PPC Zimbabwe is finalized a 30 million sale of its Arlington estate in Harare.
The 418-hectare property zoned for residential, industrial, and commercial use has long been non-core to the cement business.
Acquired in 1990, Arlington carried no limestone deposits in December 2024. PPC finally secured its title deeds from government after years of negotiations over compulsory acquisitions. The disposal will be settled in US dollars. Milestones include reserve bank approval, a special dividend declaration, and repatriation of proceeds to PPC South Africa. The deal also locks in PPC as the exclusive cement supplier for all developments on Arlington Estate. For PPC, its disciplined asset management for Harare Arlington could become a new hub of urban expansion.
And our fifth story: packaging giant Nampak is preparing to exit Zimbabwe, selling its 51.43% stake to TSL Limited for 25 million.
The transaction is subject to approval by the Competition and Tariff Commission and a shareholder vote at an upcoming extraordinary general meeting. Once cleared, TSL will also be required to extend the mandatory offer to remaining Nampak Zimbabwe shareholders in cash or through a share swap.
Nampak South Africa says the disposal aligns with its broader strategy to divest non-core assets and reduce debt. TSL, with operations spanning agriculture, logistics, and packaging, sees the acquisition as a platform to grow complementary businesses and reinforce its presence in Zimbabwe Stock Exchange. But the deal comes at a time of mixed performance for Nampak Zimbabwe. For the 9 months to June 2025, volumes were 13% lower year-on-year, dragging revenue down 12%. The plastics and metal unit at Megapack saw a 14% decline, hit by severe power outages in Ruwa and stiffer competition. Metal packaging was also rationalized to match demand, while raw materials delays squeezed cornered metal forks. On the upside, packaging showed resilience. Cartons, labels, and sack sales surged 34%, boosted by strong tobacco wrap demand, while commercial packaging rebounded 17%. The corrugated division at Hunyani Paper held steady. Group Managing Director John Van Gant says volumes could improve in Q4, driven by stronger seasonal demand in beverages and increased agricultural output. So its dual story: Nampak shedding non-core assets, while TSL positions for long-term growth across multiple industries.
Now for the sixth story, Toyota plus CFAO auto shakeup. In the auto industry, Toyota has merged with CFAO Motors to create CFAO Mobility Zimbabwe.
The new entity combines Toyota, Hino, Volkswagen, and Suzuki under one umbrella.
CFAO Mobility Zimbabwe's managing director Carl Vander says the merger is about scale, service, and choice, saying will probably represent some of the world's biggest brands by housing them together. Customers gain wider mobility solutions with the reassurance of top-level after-sales support, no matter which badge they drive. The integration positions Volkswagen and Suzuki for expansion, with General Manager Lawrence Mawani calling it a platform to grow visibility and reach new customers. Toyota's long history in Zimbabwe stretches back to 1961, evolving through Mobile Motors, Toyota Zimbabwe, and Toyota Tusho full acquisition in 2001. Today, Toyota commands 28% of Zimbabwe's auto market, with 1,650 units sold last year globally. Toyota shifted 11 million vehicles in 2024, with Africa contributing 234,000 to 60,000 of them through the CFAO boom. Analysts say the consolidation is timely. Zimbabwe's auto sector is slowly recovering, and customers are increasingly demanding not just vehicles, but reliable after-sales support and financing options.
And in politics, councillors across Zimbabwe are set for new picks.
Now for our last story. Under a new circular issued by local government minister Daniel Gari, councillors will now earn monthly allowance ranging from $221 for ordinary councillors to $265 for mayors and chairpersons, with a 20% upward adjustment effective January 2026. Beyond cash, councillors are also being offered a once-off housing benefit. Those without homes in their wards can buy a residential stand at a 40% discount, payable before the term ends. Conditions are strict: no resale during tenure, and title deeds only after development. Other perks include free parking, a gravesite during tenure, and options of motorbike loans up to $2,000, subject to ministerial approval. But there are red lines. No exit packages will be paid at the end of a councillor's term, and Minister Gradwe has directed the Auditor General to audit compliance. The circular also cancels all previous unauthorized perks. The signal is clear: modest incentive and strict accountability.